looking back at the weekend's hurling games, there wasn't much to discuss really in terms of hurling action, but I suppose the big story really was the under-20 All-Ireland final that took place in Nolan Park, and it was Offaly 220, Tipperary 214. Offaly win the under-20 All-Ireland Hurling Championship for the very first time in the county's history. Absolute jubilant scenes at full time. What a win for Offaly. Like, commiserations obviously to Tipperary, but what a story for Offaly.
Unreal. And I suppose the story of the year for Offaly point of view is Adam Screeney, and he is the top scorer in the under-20 championship with 1 goal and 62 points. But the story of this game, Dan Burke from centre forward. A performance of a lifetime in the final for the young man. 1-3 from play. Unbelievable performance from him. Rory King did very well at cornerback as well, Colin Spain. And Leo O'Connor has done a massive job at Offaly at minor level, at under 20 level. And the celebrations of the players just epitomise what it means to the people of Offaly. And it's a confidence booster for the whole county, because they've been in the doldrums of hurling and football over the last few seasons. And to get an under 20 win in football 3 years ago, and now an under 20 hurling on their resume 3 years later, is a massive achievement. And well done to everyone in Offaly. And you see the players actually poking around the night after the victory, well, just epitomise they love their hurling there. And it's a massive achievement for them. But congratulations to all involved. As for Tip, look, Darren McCarthy had a good performance. Senna Butler did as well. Oisin O'Donoghue, who finished as the top scorer for play in this championship. They have good players. They'll have their day, and I'm sure they will under Brendan Cummins. And Brendan seems to be doing a very good job with the Tipperary team. But this is Offaly's day, Offaly's weekend, and what a win for them to get this. And great confidence booster going to the Joe McDonagh final next week against Laois. And from their point of view, you'd be hoping that they beat Laois next week. And that'll be an unreal year for Offaly to win the Joe McDonagh and to win the under-20 in the same year. Cannot beat that. And fair play to Offaly, and congratulations to all involved.
Absolutely, yeah. No, like as you said, like Dan Burke, absolutely outstanding. Adam Screeney, like generational player, like him, really skillful hurler, and Offaly certainly have a bright future indeed. Like, obviously, a lot's been made of this win for Offaly. We obviously saw the footballers taste a bit of underage success in the last couple of seasons. The senior hurlers have obviously been starved of success, really, in the last couple of seasons. Obviously, going from, being a regular team in the Leinster Championship, a side that was always competitive in the Leinster Championship, to the Joe McDonagh, all the way down to the Christy Ring. And obviously, they're, as you said, in a Joe McDonagh Cup final next week. So, could this be like a Kickstarter for Offaly? Like you saw Michael Duigan obviously in the crowd and everything else, and many of the very famous like Offaly players and everything sort of wishing this team on. So, like, for Offaly, could this be the Kickstarter for a new team, for a new generation? Because I think we'd all love to see Offaly back at the top table. Like, you saw the fans, the crowd, obviously they brought to Nolan Park. Nothing more. We would love to see them in the Leinster Championship competing with the big boys. We've obviously saw numerous teams make the rise in the last couple of seasons. Like, could this translate over to the Offaly seniors now, or what do you reckon?
You'd be hoping so. Like, in the football, it doesn't seem to be translating that way, unfortunately. Like, Jack Bryan and Cormac Egan have got their time in the first team this year, but it doesn't seem to be translating with good performances on the pitch. You'd hope it goes the other way, the good way for Offaly in hurling. You'd hope that they get back up and it's a Leinster Championship first and foremost. And to do that, they have to beat Laois next weekend, and there is still some players involved. I'm not sure is Alex Reedy going to play next weekend. I know Charlie Mitchell's going to play. Dan Burke has been in and out of the team, and that team as well. So there is a fair few under 20 players for Offaly. They're involved in that team as well in the Joe McDonagh next week. So that's the starting point to get back up to the Leinster Championship. And these players probably are the future of Offaly hurling as well. And it will be great to see if Offaly get back up at the Leinster Championship. And you'd only love to see it, because like what Offaly add is colour, excitement, and their passion for hurling. And you just hope that this under-20 win will drive them on. And it'll be interesting now, if Offaly do win the Joe McDonagh, will they stick with Johnny Kelly to lead the team into the senior ranks, or will they get Leo O'Connor on board at the senior level? It remains to be seen. But it's a massive win for Offaly. You can see the excitement from Michael Duigan, the excitement of social media from Shane Lowry, the golfer. Like, it seems to be on and up, Offaly, upward trajectory. It keeps going up, and hopefully it won't stop from their point of view, because they add colour to the All-Ireland Hurling Championship.
Yeah, A2 says, Offaly during the 80s and 90s were a joy to watch, such skillful players. You can see the similarities with these under 20 lads. Yeah, you definitely can. Like, a huge amount of talent coming through, and it will be interesting to see if some of them even play in that Joe McDonagh Cup final next weekend versus Laois. Obviously, some other finals did take place in hurling at the weekend, and we'll start with Christy Ring. It was Derry 122, Kildare 421. Jack Sheridan with a goal and 9 points there. David Qualter obviously getting 1-1. Morris Curtin getting a key goal as well for Kildare, who are back up to the Joe McDonagh. So, look, Kildare were always the favourites, and to be fair, they lived up to it and got the win and got the job done in Croke Park at the weekend.
Yeah, and fair play to Brian Dowling's team. Like Brian Dowling, the former Kilkenny Camogie manager, coming in to replace David Herity was always going to be a tough job for him, and to get them back up straight away to the Joe McDonagh is a massive achievement for them. Obviously, you have Jack Sheridan, as you mentioned there, James Burke had a good performance as well, Morris Curtin, David Qualter, obviously, Cian Boran, Conan Boran, like these Kildare players are Joe McDonagh level, let's be honest. I don't think they were Christy Ring level. They were very unlucky to go down last season, but they're gone back up now. And yeah, it's a massive achievement from a Kildare point of view to get back up. And yeah, they've replaced me, who coincidentally won the Christy Ring last season. So you just hope that Kildare just stay in the Joe McDonagh Cup for a few years. And when you looked at it, actually, in the Alliance League, they were so close to going up to Division 1 of the league in 2023. So look, Kildare hurling is on the rise, and these are an argument that they are better than the footballers at the moment. So well done to Kildare, well done to all involved there. But as for Derry, they have Cormac O'Doherty, they have Rory O'Mean on, they have John Mullen. They have some very good players up in Derry, and you hope for the sake of Ulster hurling that they keep improving as the years go on. And with me being a bit of turmoil, it's probably going to be themselves in London up at the top two of the Christy Ring next season. It'd be interesting to see the battle between those two sides. So yeah, Derry have had a good season. They were unexpected to get to the final. They got to the final this year. They just fell short on this one. But fair play to Kildare for getting this win. And you'd be hoping for their sake that they stay in the Joe McDonagh next year.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, because we saw them make like great strides, obviously in hurling in the last couple of years. They just haven't been able to sustain it at Joe McDonagh Cup level. So it would be great to see them kick on even more and maybe even challenge to get into the Leinster Championship. The Laurie or the Nicky Racker then was Donegal 317, Mayo 12 points. Donegal winning, coming back again with another huge win here, 317 to 12 points. So yeah, huge win there for Donegal.
I think it was actually 317 to 22 points there. So Donegal actually got slightly over the.
Yeah, there we are. So you know it's a bank holiday Monday when you're doing things like that.
Oh, exactly. But look, Mayo seem to be looking at the game on Scorpio. They seem to be, in control of this game. In the first half in particular, they got a few points at the board through Adrian Phillips, through Cormac Phillips, through all the brilliant players that Mayo do have on the pitch. Obviously, Sean Kenny's an excellent player as well. And Mayo and Liam Lavin. And Mayo seems to be getting a foothold in this game. And Mayo were the favourites going into this Nicky Racker Cup. But Donegal were the favourites going into this game because of putting 5 out of 5 on the board. But Donegal came back in the second half, to be fair. So Rory Campbell scores a cracker of a goal straight away in the second half. And then Josh Cronley McGee gets 2 goals late on in the last 10 minutes of the game to win this game for Donegal. It's a massive win for them. And the Donegal footballers might have lost to Cork at the weekend, but the hurlers know how to win games at least. But yeah, this is a brilliant win from a Donegal point of view. And yeah, I'm sure they will. Well, it's Jimmy's winning matches is football. I'm not sure who the manager is in hurling, but I'm sure he's winning matches as well because they've won 6 games out of 6 in this Nicky Racker Cup. So yeah, brilliant win for Donegal, and I'm sure the hurlers in Donegal, the hurling fanatics in Donegal would be delighted with this win, considering Mayo were nearly the runaway favourites at the start of this competition, having come down for the Christy Ring last season. So yeah, it's a big win for Donegal.
Yeah, absolutely. No, like I think it's the 4th Nicky Racker Cup that they've won as well. Like, so they do seem to do very well in this competition. It's probably just the same old thing with Kildare. Like, can they sustain it now going into the Christy Ring? That is going to be the interesting one. Looking at the Laurie Mar, then it was Fermanagh 322, Longford 2-20. Hopefully we got the scores right this time around. But overall, massive win for Fermanagh.
Massive, yeah. I suppose the main probably preview to the game was probably the battle between Kildare and Longford side scoring a load of points from their end, and Fermanagh having a plethora of forwards to score points from years and end. And it looked like the Fermanagh forwards went out on top of this one. Sean Cargan did well, Dan McHugh did well in this game. Luca McCusker did excellent in this game. Didn't do particularly well up at this game. He scored 7 points across the whole Laurie Mark Cup, but then scored a good tally in this one. So he was right back at the form in this final. So it was a big win for Fermanagh. And when you consider actually the interviews that Joe Baldwin, their manager, gave at the start of the year after he had a stroke, and he was saying that the things that kept them going was hurling, and for them to win this competition is a massive achievement for them. So fair play to Fermanagh with the numbers that they have in clubs as well. Like the numbers that they have, it's a massive achievement for them to go on and win this competition. And fair play to all involved. Fermanagh, obviously, Brian Teagan getting 2-3 in this one from play was a massive performance in this final. Dana McHugh, Sean Cargan, Luca McCusker throwing 4 points. So brilliant win for Fermanagh. Mentioned too for Longford. The Longford standpoint, Cian Darcy scored 30 points this one in the final in Grove Park. So fair play to him for getting that tally. And Longford have had a very good season themselves, but ultimately it is Fermanagh's day and a massive achievement to win this competition for Fermanagh and Joe Baldwin, their coach. And well done to Fermanagh, Donegal and Kildare for winning these 3 games in Grove Park at the weekend.
Absolutely, yeah, and look, it was obviously great to see some highlights, obviously on the Sunday game as well, and obviously all the games were on TG Cahir as well. So it's rare that we actually get to see these teams actually play. So that was great to see. In fairness, in terms of moment of the week and player of the week, where would you be looking in both football and hurling?
In moment of the week, look, I might be a bit biased here, Aaron. I'm going for the. You know what's coming. I'm going to go for the pitch invasion at the end with Cork beating Donegal. It was just great to see the players signing autographs, young kids kicking around the football as well at Parky Rin. It was just great to see. It was an all unreal atmosphere. A brilliant day at Parky Rin. And that'd be my moment of the week. Cork beating Donegal. It was a massive win for them. And brilliant for the players as well, because they've got a lot of flack throughout the whole year in the league. It's some ways in the championship, and for them to get this win, this monkey off their back, it's massive for the players' morale as well, and John Cleary's as well. So fair play to everyone involved in getting that win from a Cork point of view. As for player of the week, there's a lot to choose from actually. It's a tough one. Player of the week. I'd probably have to go for Conor Turbot for Armagh. I think he ran the show from an Armagh point of view, and I think he's going to be player of the week from them. And in the hurling standpoint, the moment of the week, the Offaly hurlers obviously winning that game in the under-20 level against Tip was a massive achievement for the county, and you could see the place, Nolan Park, was absolutely bouncing. Player of the week, I'm going to go for Josh Cronley-McGee for Donegal, scoring 2 goals in the last 10 minutes to win the game, and the Nicky Rackard against Mayo. I think he deserves a shout in this video.
Yeah, I suppose for myself, in terms of moment of the week, look, I won't go for Dublin's win versus Cavan. In fairness, like, it's probably quite predictable. No, look, in terms of moment of the week, probably would have to look at Cork beating Donegal, but seeing Armagh put in such a clinic of a performance against Derry, you can't really go against that. And obviously, the Offaly under-20s winning the All-Ireland, absolutely huge moment there. Player of the week, I probably would go Cormac Costello in football, Dan Burke in hurling, I think is what I would edge towards. But look, Conor Turbot, outstanding from an Armagh perspective. He's had a very, very strong season. And of course, Ross McQuillan, I thought, had a very, very good game for Armagh as well, in fairness, and a great addition into the team. So, yeah, look, we'll go ahead and wrap this one up here. Anyone who tuned in, if you could hit the like button and subscribe, would be very much appreciated. If you're listening on any audio podcasts, if you could give the podcast a rating, that would be absolutely brilliant as well. Make sure to check out Matthew Hurley's pages on Instagram and across all social apps, the Gaelic Statsman podcast. And cheers anyone who tuned in, and we will speak to you in the next one.